Well, when you're rooted down at the bottom of the table, not even reaching double figures in points, and your team is Burnley, I'm pretty sure that the last thing you want to face at this very moment is a team like Manchester United, a team that haven't lost for 3 months since their last defeat at Arsenal in the league, with Alexis Sanchez scoring the injury time winner. It does not get any easier for Burnley. They've had a rough time of it this season, but they have beaten teams like Liverpool and did get far in the cup, eventually eliminated one match later, but for them it has been a pretty rough ride, and Manchester United were probably expected to win here. Their team this evening: David De Gea's in goal with Valencia, Chris Smalling, Marcus Rojo and Luke Shaw in defence. Strootman plays with Blind and Fletcher. Lingard plays behind Falcao and Keane. The big news: Aaron Hemwood makes his return to the team on the bench for the first So hoping to make his first appearance since getting injured at Stoke. For Burnley, Tom Heaton's in goal with Tripper, Michael Keane, Shackle and Ward. Wallace Marnie was sent off in the team's last encounter with Jones and Kitely, also in the midfield. Lucic and Vokes are up front. And there's Tom Heaton, former Manchester United goalkeeper, no less, I believe. And also to the case, Michael Keane in the centre of defence. So it should be fun seeing Will Keane up front and Michael Keane attacking for Will Keane up front for Manchester United, and Michael Keane in defence for Burnley. Roger East is the referee. Well, as we were saying, Aaron Hill hoping to make his first appearance since injuring his dislocating his shoulder back at Stoke. Definitely in the big news this evening, and his birthday is not too far away now. And that was his expected return date to full fitness. So, looks like Aaron's getting a nice early birthday present perhaps, but we'll have to wait and see. Van Gaal probably don't want to risk him too much. Falcao, and he takes an ambitious effort to say the least. Well, Burnley, it has been a rough ride for them, but they have beaten Liverpool in the league, as we said before. Impressive performance, but Sean Dyche has had a rough time of it this season. It was to probably be expected, but shades of Derby County all over again. They had a really wretched season when they were up in the Premier League. Didn't reach double figures for quite some time. And Burnley rooted to the foot of the table and facing the league leaders. In all due respect, this is a mismatch, but you never know. You never know. Even Manchester United have off days, even though that has been a rarity this season, a complete rarity. Here comes Tripper for Burnley. It's a good looking cross, but it's going to go way over, and Streetman's going to fly at it, and eventually he's going to lose it. Kitely into D. Marnie, who was sent off in the team's first encounter back at Turf Moor, but he's turned out Smalling, and he's almost a chance for himself. That would have been a sign of redemption, being sent off. I think that gave Manchester United a penalty that they missed, or was saved by the keeper at least. And I think Rooney had actually put it wide. Rooney and Van Persie on the bench this evening. Falcao's starting with Will Keane, so Van Gaal has faith in Will Keane, and we all know what a fantastic game he had against Newcastle. So Van Gaal is up for using him again. Here's Wallace. Manchester United just not settling for consolidation recently. They've won a lot of games since. The only teams they've really struggled is mostly against the Big Four, and I wouldn't call them struggles, but they have drew. But like we said, they haven't lost since back in November in the league, and in all competitions for that matter. Because the league game was after the Capital One Cup game that the two had. And again, Alexis Sanchez proved to be the telling point in that one as well. It's a beautiful looking ball, but fortunately Falcao couldn't get there, and Keane was heading in another direction. Will Keane, that is. Blind. Falcao to Lingard. Using Kevin Strootman. Was that a quiet time at Manchester United thus far, as the referee Roger East comes over. He's going to give United a free kick. No established free kick takers this evening. They're sitting on the bench in Van Persie and Rooney, so Falcao's going to take them instead. This could be very interesting to see what Falcao does here. Here he comes, and it's deflected off the wall for a corner. Well, Falcao here. Oh, that could have been going in if it had gone over the wall. It looked perfectly in. The wall did its job. Valencia coming up from the right back position to take this corner. And Heaton's going to punch out. Comes out to Strugman. It's a great save by Heaton. And it doesn't come down far enough for Jesse Lingard. And Kevin Strugman, he gave this a hit half. And Michael Keane congratulating his goalkeeper. And Manchester United have another corner. Let's see what it is. There's Will Keane, and it's over the bar. Darren Fletcher playing captain this evening, but sources are saying that he's signed a pre-contract agreement with West Brom, falling out of favour with Louis Van Gaal. Although he's had the season of his life, West Brom and Tony Pulis have gone calling supposedly, and it could be a pre-agreement to join at the start of next season. So Darren Fletcher, it'll be a loss of a very loyal player in Darren Fletcher, and a club that has been good to him. Persevered through his illness as he did. I mean, Darren Fletcher, such a hard worker to get back to how he was, and he's had the season of his life. He's been scoring goals, not for fun, but he's certainly been a telling point, and vice captain certainly filling that role nicely. But Fletcher's worried that he'll be falling out of favour and has apparently signed a pre-contract agreement with West Brom, but he's going to stick out the rest of this one and join at the start of next season, which I think is more than fair enough, to be honest. There's Falcao, and he tries to curl one. Good defending from Burnley. What a wretched time they've been having, to be honest. And it's been so unfortunate, if you're a Burnley fan, to be completely honest. Just horrible bad luck. Jesse Lingard, and good save by the Burnley goalkeeper. And it's just been bad luck after bad luck for Burnley, really, you have to say. It's not really because they've played poor. It's just such bad luck, really. Team coming up from the Championship, it's never easy. Your first season in the Premier League, and Burnley have experienced that firsthand, sadly. And the point here would be well earned. Well, they've held on for 20 minutes. And Lynn finds Valencia. Valencia turns out and goes for the cross, and Heaton goes in front of Keane. Or Fletcher, actually, that was. That's a good header from Lynn, but it's going to be called for offside against Burnley anyway. Strange that Burnley have had 2 offside calls from a kick from the goalkeeper here. He's just about off, I would say. Here's Blind. Lingard decided to take the free kick short. Keane. And I think that might have been Michael Keane up with Will Keane there. Well, Burnley have held on for 25 minutes. I don't think Manchester United are really going to rush things here. And under pressure cleared away, Manchester United have the throw in. And Will Keane will take it. Lingard. Falcao. Look onside. It goes on though. And Burnley have it. Jesse Lingard. Good way, and he's going to enter battle with Darren Fletcher and lose it. Just keeping the pace slow. They're not rushing things. They know they can probably break Burnley down when they get a chance to. And don't forget, in the previous fixture, Manchester United thumped them 4-0. Their biggest win of the season. You wouldn't think so. You'd think Manchester United would score 4 or 5 against some teams, but not the case. But they are getting the points. Valencia comes forward on the right back position, and the referee waves play on. Roger East deciding to play on. I think Valencia was going for a cross anyway, so I think that was the right decision. And Chelsea 1, Everton 0. And that'll put Chelsea back into second place as Arsenal played yesterday. And that put Cesc Fabregas, would you believe it, was the goal scorer. How ironic is that? Kindly down by Valencia. And who's on here? Manchester United on the ball. Falcao. Falcao goes past everybody. Xhaka included. And saved by the goalkeeper, is it? Michael Keane thinks so. Let's have a look at this from Falcao. It's a good save by the keeper. Got to give Tom Heaton credit. Good save. Let's see, we'll take the corner. Falcao with the header. And again over the bar by Manchester United from set pieces. Falcao's normally good in the air, and that wasn't a bad attempt. Tom Heaton was nowhere. And that would have probably gone in had it been on target. And to say Falcao was a little unlucky there. Just didn't drop for him. Jušević flicks it onto Wallace here. Fletcher deflects in, and I think there might have been Smalling there with him. Falcao, bad touch, Xhaka. Burnley certainly aren't giving this game up here. They haven't really got forward. They've defended really well, to be honest. Into Valencia. Strootman. Fletcher. Fletcher doesn't really gather it. Strootman does. Jesse Lingard. Oh, that's a poor attempt. Jesse Lingard probably should have waited for a pass there. And Manchester United faced the return of Leicester City, a team they also had a penalty against, and missed that one as well. Kasper Schmeichel saved it, but Manchester United went on to win. I believe it was a header from Johnny Evans which clinched the game for them. Funny enough, I think it was Burnley and then Leicester City last time around. The fixtures don't go in reverse, or they play again, and it is randomised. Falcao. And wide by Falcao again. And on form. It's strange that Van Gaal didn't pick Di Maria for this match. Di Maria has been on fire, but I think to rest him for a minute. With the goal kick. Rojo. Smalling. Rojo has so many ways of pronouncing his name. Falcao to Keane. And they're really making Tom Heaton work. And all these misses are going to count against them at some point. Well, Burnley go to Sunderland in the Stadium of Light next. And they're doing well here. They're 5 minutes away. They're 6 minutes away from holding the Premier League leaders to 0-0 at the end of this first half. Here is Michael Keane on loan, which turned into a permanent deal for Manchester United, and that's why Michael Keane is playing. And here's Will Keane, and Will Keane is offside. There's a right old tussle back there. Will Keane gets the ball from Falcao. I think he lost Michael Keane just about, but he was in an offside position when he did. Xhaka with the free kick. Michael Keane plays to Tripper. Marnie. A sign of any sending off for him yet. And they go into a tussle with Fletcher. Fletcher's going for the ball, working hard. Here's Ward. Ward all the way to Michael Kitely. Swapping wins here. He's lost a bunch of people and scored. Oh, it's a goal. Burnley have scored, if you can believe it. And Michael Kitely went through everybody. And Burnley, out of nowhere, have taken the lead at Old Trafford here. Amazing stuff. Kitely just going through everybody on the wing. A mistimed tackle from everybody around him makes mincemeat of everyone he faces. Michael Kitely does absolutely brilliantly, but is in off the bar of all things. David De Gea rooted to the ground. And Burnley take the lead, if you can believe it. Unbelievable. The team at the bottom of the Premier League have taken the lead against the leaders. This could be an historic result. Michael Kitely makes it Manchester United 0, yes 0, Burnley 1. Unbelievable stuff. The ball goes up for 5 minutes of added time and Burnley take the lead. This could be unbelievably legendary stuff considering Burnley's season. And they're not going down quietly here. They've delivered a shock to the Premier League leaders. And with Chelsea winning at Stamford Bridge thanks to Cesc Fabregas, that'll close the gap at the top a little bit as well. Michael Kitely approaching his 30s, doing absolutely superbly well. Manchester United behind to the team at the bottom of the Premier League. It can write stories like that, Will Keane. And Manchester United do have the chances, but now they have to start taking them. Will Keane was offside position anyway. Wow. What drama here at Old Trafford. Burnley leading. Falcao, Lingard. Manchester United have to be a lot more clinical in the second half. They usually are. Manchester United are a second half team. I mean, you could pose questions. Can they play for 90 minutes? They certainly play for the second half in games, but now they've got to play even harder than that. Because Burnley are leading. What an amazing story this could turn into. The bottom club at the end of the first half lead the Premier League leaders. Manchester United 0. Burnley 1. Michael Kitely could put Burnley on the verge of a surprisingly shocking result. Manchester United haven't lost for over 2 months. Can Burnley be the team to put an end to that? This is the second half where Burnley are going to be on the edge of their seats. The fans will be biting the nails off to the cause. Manchester United 0, Burnley 1. Are we in for a historic result? And we'll find out at the end of the second half, but it's not over yet. Manchester United are kings of the second half, but that's normally at 0-0. What will 1-0 bring? United 0, Burnley 1.